The reason this is such a common mistake is because most job interview questions are surrounded on the past and they are focusing on the past track records. And most candidates answer the question straightforward without transitioning the conversation to how they can add value and help the company to succeed once they are in the job. So you have to practice transitioning the conversation. So how are you going to do that? How to be articulated in an executive job interview. In this video, I want to guide you through a step-by-step preparation process that will help you to come across as well-spoken, confident, and influential to the job interviewer. I myself have used the same steps to become the vice president of the 2 largest Swedish companies by market cap. In case you are new to this channel, hello, my name is Tiffany Cheng. I am the former communication vice president of the Volvo Group and the Atlas Copco Group. Now, I help middle management in large organizations get top leadership positions through influence so that they can make more, impact more, feel more accomplished and fulfilled. So if you want more content on this topic, be sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell button to be notified when I post new videos every single week. I also want to let you know the free masterclass 6 steps to advance from middle management to senior leadership roles, even if you don't have the opportunity, is still open. If you want to learn more about fast-tracking your own career from middle to top management, or if you want to apply to join the 1% Academy program, be sure to stick around to the very end of the video for an announcement how you can join both. The very first step to come across as articulated in a senior leadership position is to go deep in your research. In any of the job interview, it's really important to gather as much information as you can about the company and the people you will be meeting with. This is what will give you the confidence you will need in these job interviews. Now, when it comes to an executive level job search, you've got to dig deeper than just the basics. It's just not enough to know about the company's product and services, the vision, and the culture. You want to dig the pain. That's by understanding the company's financial situations, their strategy, and why they put focus in these strategies, the challenges they are facing, and the background of their leaders. So where do you find these pain and insider knowledges even if you don't know anyone in that organization? For public companies, you want to go to their website. So where do you go exactly? Go to their website's investor relation page. Look for their annual reports and check out their latest quarterly earnings calls. I personally love these earnings calls, especially during the Q&A session with the investors. This is where the gold mine is to prepare for your job interview. You want to pay special attention to the questions these investors are asking because these are the highlights of the company's challenges. That's where you will get a real understanding of their pain points and how your competence, your experience can come into play. Whether it's about creating stable sales revenue or increased profitability in an uncertain market, or adopting ESG as part of the company's business model, or the need of accelerating digital transformation in order to turn around an underperforming operation and grow market share. You will learn a ton by listening to what investors are asking and pointing at. I personally would listen to at least 3 to 4 past quarters earnings calls, and I would definitely read through the last annual report of this company. Once you're done with the investor relations section, now you want to go to their media page. And from this page, you will be able to see the latest press releases regarding the company's products, services, solutions they are launching to the customers, the partnership and investment they are making. This is where you can get a great idea of the company's strategic focus areas and where they are heading. For example, if their latest 3 to 5 press releases are all about opening up new avenues for growth and innovation through electric vehicles and connected cars, you will know that the company's focus is on a sustainable future and through the growth of their electric vehicles, and their investment in people and resources all goes into cleaner products. Now, on top of that, you also want to research the company's top competitors. Look into their financials and figure out where the company is doing better than the rest and where they might be falling behind. Also, find out what new products or services and solutions the competitors are planning for the future and how it could impact the industry. You want to use the same process through investor relation pages and these press releases to find out this information. When you can discuss these topics during your job interview, it will not only speak directly to the company's biggest challenges, but you will actually build up your cases and your answers. These answers are designed to show how your competence, your track records can be applied to their current challenges. What I love most about doing these researches is that you are able to speak as if you're already working in their company using their terms and languages. The next part of the research is the people you will be talking with. Culture fit and chemistry matter so much in a higher level positions. The people who interview you need to be able to like you and see you perform and work together with them in a management team, solving complex issues together with them. Obviously, you are going to use LinkedIn. You want to use LinkedIn to research who the interviewers are. You want to take a look at their background, their education, places they have lived, maybe in a different country before and somewhere you can find connections with, and the brands they've worked for, and how they got to where they are now. This will give you some talking points and help you to build that connection during the interview. But this is not enough, since you are interviewing for an executive position, and very likely the people who you are going to meet with, who are going to interview you, they are quoted and featured on industrial media, and you definitely want to have a look at these releases and what they have been focusing on so that you can build up your relevant talking points during the interview. If the person who interviewing you is the president or someone in the executive team, you probably have seen them spoken in the quarterly earnings calls or the company's capital market day. You definitely want to familiarize yourself with their viewpoints and the focus area so you can prepare yourself and your talking points to have a meaningful discussion during these interviews. By doing all these researches, you will even be able to anticipate the questions they are likely to ask you. Knowing who you are speaking with will really help you to prepare your answers, especially if you're meeting with different interviewers for different positions within the company. If you're going to implement this step, hit that like button for me, please. Now we went through the research part. Next, you want to demonstrate your leadership style that aims for result. You want to do this by giving specific examples and cases. When it comes to the executive level interview, the interviewers want to see concrete evidence that you can deliver measurable results for the organization and that your leadership styles align with the company's culture. It is so important to be able to clearly articulate your leadership value, support these big picture ideas with real life examples and concrete cases. This will strengthen your case for making the transition into the executive ranks. For instance, to showcase your problem-solving abilities, you want to provide examples of how you approach complex business issues. A common interview question for executive is, what was the most challenging lesson you've learned as a leader? Your response should describe a difficult situation you've encountered, and you want to share an instance where you successfully identified challenges. This is especially important because it will show you understand the problem, and very likely they share the same problem as you described. They will relate to you. They share how you lead your team, developed innovative solutions, effectively implement these solutions. You also want to highlight your collaboration skills by describing cases where you worked effectively with, for example, cross-functional teams, internal and external stakeholders, or business partners, customers, how you've inspired, motivate them to achieve common goals and common objectives together. And don't forget to emphasize your communication and interpersonal skills and how you foster collaborative and inclusive working environment within your team or with your business partners. You want to clearly articulate your leadership style and how it aligns with the needs of the company and the team you are interviewing for. Are you a disruptive leader? You are okay with making people a little uncomfortable in order to drive that transformational change to get your company to the next level. Or are you a turnaround leader? You are able to fix things broken and turn around a function that was underperforming. Or are you a stabilizer leader? You understand what is already working well and you can protect it and leverage the momentum for future organizational growth. A really great way to make yourself stand out is by showing the specific result you achieved in your previous work. While other candidates may simply answer, yes, I've managed people before, you can go a step further by saying, yes, I have managed people before. In fact, in my current position, I am leading a team of 7 sales associates who generated 42 million euro in sales revenue just last quarter. If your job is not directly generating revenue, no problem. You don't have to work in sales to provide metrics and talk about your values and your specific achievements. You can talk about team size or the number of projects you've managed. You can discuss the volume of work you've handled, such as leading a team responsible for over 700 million euro of IT purchasing per year. Become familiar with metrics and results will help you to stand out when responding to various interview questions. You're gonna get used to using these numbers and giving the context. You can also mention 1 or 2 of these details when you answer a surface level questions like tell me about yourself, and you can place the seeds when answering these questions already and get the interviewers to be curious, to discover deeper as you talk more and as they ask more specific questions about your past experience, your track records. You want to prepare about 5 specific examples to showcase your soft skills and emotional intelligence, your leadership skills. For example, if they ask you about your leadership abilities, you want to share a situation where you've motivated a team to achieve a common goal. If they ask you about problem-solving skills, you can describe a complex problem you faced and how you approached it, how you solved it. These examples will help the interviewer to understand your interpersonal skills, see how they can be applied in the new working culture and the working environment, and they are able to picture in you how you function day to day in the operations in a new environment. Next, you want to become a great storyteller. First things first, you want to prepare at least 5 stories that shows your leadership ability and competence in different business scenarios. These stories should cover various situations like growth, transformation, change, recession, or continuous improvement. Each story you've prepared should reflect your depth of knowledge and your ability to handle complex challenges in a different business cycle. Now, when discussing your accomplishment, you want to use the CSR framework, which stands for C is challenge, S is solution, and R is result, CSR. Let me give you an example to make it clear. Let's say you are in an interview for the Vice President of Marketing Communication position, which was the position that I was interviewing for, and I will guide you on how you can explain a case that demonstrates your revenue generation expertise using this CSR framework. Here is an example. Now, let's say the interview question is, what was a particular achievement that makes you most proud of in your current position? Here's my answer. When I stepped into the role of digital marketing director, one of the significant challenges we faced was having an outdated and internally focused website. This actually led to a very low conversion rate, and customers were having trouble finding what they were needed. Because our website structure mirrored our organizational structural setup, it caused a lot of inconvenience for our visitors, resulting in customers would just leave the website or they really struggle to navigate it. And we had a really high bounce rate. We invested heavily to get these traffics and visits, but have wasted most of them. The visits were just not converting into leads and sales. So to tackle this challenge, I initiated a digital marketing campaign with my team, and we collaborated with various business units across the entire group, and our aim was to transform the website into a customer-centric platform, and we're able to accelerate our readiness for digital sales and later on e-commerce. We wanted to ensure that the customer could easily find what they were looking for and have a seamless buying journey. And our efforts really paid off. After the launch of the campaign, the website experienced a significant boost. We actually saw a remarkable increase of 7 million monthly page views, and this drove an impressive 58 million euro in revenue within just 6 months of the launch. It was truly rewarding to see the positive impact our work have made on our company's bottom line. As you can see from the example I just gave to you, by using the challenge, solution, and result framework, you actually are helping the other person, the interviewer, to visualize the scenario, making it much more relatable and memorable for them. Additionally, you want to really try to align the challenges you discuss with the pain points of the company you are interviewing for, because this approach will demonstrate that you have dealt with similar challenges in the past, and it really shows that if you have succeeded in that environment with that kind of issue you faced, you can apply the same expertise and experience to make this company successful as well. The most important is also when you are highlighting these shared experience and challenges with the interviewer, where they can see themselves facing the same pain points, you are fostering a much deeper connection. Storytelling definitely requires practice, but this can set you apart from all the other job candidates and leave a very long-lasting impression on the interviewer. Now, I want to know from you, what is the best story you've told during any of your job interviews? Let me know and comment below. Next, you want to transition the interview from evaluation to cooperation and make them picture a future with you. When you are in a senior leadership level interview, don't just try to impress the interviewer with your past background and track records, but also get them excited about what you can bring to their company in the future, what you can achieve together with them. Most candidates focus on talking about their past experience, but it's actually even more important to discuss what you can do together, the future part. The reason this is such a common mistake is because most job interview questions are surrounded on the past, and they are focusing on the past track records. And most candidates answer the question straightforward without transitioning the conversation to how they can add value and help the company to succeed once they are in the job. So you have to practice transitioning the conversation. So how are you going to do that? Well, let's say that the question is, what are your biggest challenges in your current role and how did you solve it? Now you're going to explain how you tackle these challenges in your current position, but after that, you can say something like this. Now you might be wondering how I can use this experience to help you with your organization's challenges. Would you like me to explain more? This is a smooth transition. It will allow you to shift the focus towards how you can contribute to their success and collaborate with them. This approach of making them picture the future with you, they become more emotionally invested in you because they have already visualized you as their colleagues, working with you together, solving these complex issues in the management team. You want to remember that our human brains often make decisions based on emotions. Then we justify these decisions with logics. Once we emotionally prefer a decision, for example, choosing you as their top candidate, our brain seeks to justify it with logical reasonings. This means that we use rational explanation. For example, the experience on your resume match what they need and your track records to validate the decision that has already been influenced by emotion. This process helps the interviewers make sense of their choice of why you're the best fit. And this reasoning also makes it easier for them to communicate and explain to everyone else why you are the one being chosen. So as you prepare for your interview, remember to emphasize the future just as much as the past. You want to show them that you are not only the right candidate based on your past background, but also you are the perfect fit to help them achieve their goals. And you want to do that by transitioning your interview from evaluation to cooperation. Next, don't over-explain. In any of the communications, simplicity is the key. This is especially true in job interviews. As Albert Einstein said, if you cannot explain something simply, you probably do not understand it well enough yourself. So when you are answering interviewing questions, keep it clear and concise. Remember, your interviewers do not need to know every single details and every piece of the knowledge you have. Get to the point and make your idea easy to understand. There's a caveat here. Being simple doesn't mean you want to make your thoughts less intelligent. It means that you want to reduce the effort your audience, in this case it's your interviewer, needs to make to get your point. And you want to try to keep your answer within, let's say, a range of 30 seconds to a maximum of 2 minutes. This time frame will allow you to provide just enough information without overwhelming the interviewer or just go off the topic. It will show that you can effectively communicate your thoughts and viewpoints in a concise manner. This is also one of the most important communication skills you will need as an executive. Next, you want to think of a job interview as if you are creating an experience, making it conversational. During the job interview, don't just think of it as a simple question and answer session where they ask you answer. Instead, you want to turn it into a conversation where it becomes a memorable experience for both you and the interviewer. So to make it more interactive and engaging is your goal. For example, if the last question was about how you've handled the challenges of increasing customer satisfaction in your current role, you can share how you've built strategic partnership by deeply understanding and go extra miles to understand the customer's pain points. Now, here's the trick. After giving your response, you can say something like this. I've noticed in the job description that this role offers an opportunity to build strategic partnership with Asia as well. Can you share more about that? You can also ask a thought-provoking question like, what does it take to make this recruitment successful for you? This question can lead to a meaningful and in-depth conversation. It will allow you to learn more about the role and the key qualifications they are looking for. You can therefore discuss how you will contribute to the success of the hiring manager and establish a stronger connection with the interviewer. When you are incorporating your own questions into the conversation, you start to make them see you as a potential colleague. They will envision you as a valuable business partner, somebody who can lead partnerships, strategic initiative, organizational changes, and lead their team. This approach makes them feel more comfortable with you, which actually boosts your chance of landing the job. You want to remember during any executive level job interview, it's not just about having a perfect answer. It's also about asking your own questions and showcase your passion and a collaborative mindset. Next, you can reference past conversations. Think of every interview as an opportunity to gather valuable information that will help you to prepare for the next round. And each interview you have is building up the insider knowledges for you to better prepare for the next interview, especially the next person you are going to meet will be higher up in the organization's chart, and the interview also will become more strategic and much more in-depth in the discussion, and you want to be ready for that. Reference past conversation is a fantastic way to show your engagement. Now imagine you are in a second or third round of the interview and a topic that has already been discussed in the previous interview come up again. And you can say something like this. So-and-so and I had already had a great discussion about the team in my last interview. How important it is for you to establish a high-performing marketing team. Or you can say something like this. So-and-so and I have already had a conversation about it. And could you share your expectation on this role for the first 6 months? By referencing previous conversation, you demonstrate that you are actively involved, genuinely interested, and you are capable of fitting in well with the team. Of course, you don't want to use this as a tactic to avoid giving your answer. Instead, you want to use it as a way to enrich the conversation and showcase you are collaborative. By doing so, the interviewer will view you as somebody who can facilitate discussion and connect information from multiple conversations and multiple people. It's a valuable trait in any leadership role. Remember, when hiring senior level leaders, employers look for more than just past experience and knowledge. By following the tips mentioned in this video, you will stand out from the competition and increase your chance of receiving executive level job offers. We have a specific process in the 1% Academy program to help middle management get senior leadership positions and become the top 1% of a company in terms of your impact and income. If you want to learn more about it, I encourage you to watch the free masterclass to find out my 6 steps to advance from middle to top management. In the masterclass, I'll show you the detailed steps myself and all my clients use to become the top 1% in a company with the right process and right order, so you know where to exactly go from here to the next senior level. And you can find the link in the comment area below. Or if you want to submit your application to the 1% Academy coaching program, where I will be coaching you on the call, click the link below to book a free strategy call with me. For now, I will leave you this video to find out not just about preparing for the content, but your performance during your senior executive job interview. I'll see you there.